Good day, dear listeners. Thank you so much once again for tuning in. Thank you for remaining my inspiration and thank you for the feedback. Please do keep it coming. My name remains Chris Aluta, also known as Uncle Chris, Chris with a K. I am your host on Building Our Teens on Lockdown here at Africa Motivate 247 online radio station, the station with a mandate to motivate and inspire from Africa to the rest of the world. Welcome to Series 2, Episode 2. Now let's get on to the topic for today. Our third suggestion is saying, no, don't do that. Rather, get your pen and start writing all the good things you know about yourself. Affirm yourself. List out your good qualities. Like the quote shared last week, deep inside, you know there is an element of awesomeness, brilliance, and sheer wonder inside of you. Affirming yourself is examining yourself and agreeing with God, your Creator, that you are indeed smart, kind, beautiful, talented, gracious, and capable. Talk to yourself about it. Allow it make you feel good. Allow the thoughts become your motivation towards putting in more effort and more work into what needs to be done. So as usual, using myself as an example, I finished secondary school back in the 90s, and I've never branded myself as an A student. Nah. During my primary and secondary school days, you won't find me among the students having A parallel, as we used to call it back then. No. You won't see me there. And I also say this to my kids now, that I did not come first in my class back in my school days. Please be aware now and mind the kind of homework you bring to me. I tell them that now. Now, I won't also be among those with the lowest score, meaning I won't also be in the F9 parallel crew, as we also used to call it back then in the days. So you would most times find me in the group of students who score between 60 to 85 and 90 on very rare occasions, meaning I was always around C's and B's with an occasional A. I had to sit for my school SAT exam once and GCE twice to secure the required credit for my university admission. Then came the University Matriculation Exam, UME, which we all referred to as JAM back then in the 90s. JAM took over 4 years from me, and back then the options apart from a university education were not as many as they are today, so I had to keep on writing JAM. And I just was not getting the high score I needed to gain admission. And I watched my friends going to school, and some of them even graduated while I was still battling with JAM. This was very difficult for me back then. I became very confused, and I started to question myself and my abilities. My self-esteem took a serious bashing, as I wondered if I was still the same guy that was a good student in secondary school, or was I now someone else? And even though I got busy with other things like work, life skill acquisition, and general living and surviving, the fact that my education was on hold started affecting my self-esteem. Now, one major thing that helped me get some balance back then was that in addition to my faith in God and His plans for me, I started and then mastered the art of writing down all the positive things I knew about myself, the things that made me unique. Things like, Chris, you are an intelligent person. Things like, I am dogged and very good at delivering on my work tasks. I am honest and trustworthy. I am not a failure in life. I am a miracle going somewhere to happen soon. I kept writing these things. This reminded me of my worth. And even though I was struggling with university admission, reminding myself of these qualities and affirming them while I was still going at my exams helped me sustain a healthy self-esteem. We had said that our focus shall be the self-esteem that comes from us for ourselves, the one that comes from what we are telling ourselves that we believe to be true. Affirmations are positive statements that can help you challenge and overcome self-sabotaging and negative thoughts. When you repeat them often and believe in them, you can start to make positive changes. You must take note, dear teenager, of your internal monologue and steer it around your most unique abilities. This should enhance your sense of self-worth. Now you now make this feeling propel you towards putting in the hard work to achieve your set goals. Internal monologues, simply put, are ongoing conversations you have with yourself, those thoughts you have on the inside and may most likely act out. Make the effort to keep such conversations positive. Keep them positive. Another suggestion for a teenager struggling with low self-esteem is set boundaries along the lines of your family values. Set boundaries along the lines of your family values. For a teenager struggling with low self-esteem, your family values provide a good context for you to evaluate yourself and build your self-esteem. What do I mean by this? Well, let me tell you. Under the assumption that your family values are based on sound principles and morals that are generally acceptable, living according to and meeting up with standards established by people you love and trust, who have your best interests at heart, will stand you in good stead against the demands, standards, and judgment of the world around you. This is where we'll be drawing the curtains on today's discussion. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do look out for the next episode on my social media handle. Teen Mentor on Twitter, Chris Luther on Facebook, Chris with a K, and TBH with Uncle Chris on Instagram. Thank you until I come your way next time. There are many examples to share, and God bless. Let's say, for example,